Good morning to the Vice President. Good morning to my colleagues. I'd like to take off po sa questioning na ni Representative Tino. Meron po kasing minention na list of destinations na tinake ni Vice President this year under Travel Authority. But we like to take note na in a press conference of the Office of the Vice President, meron pong security and staff na kasama si Vice President. So can we ask po, no, paano po pinopondohan yung pagpunta, flight and accommodations ng staff and security ng OVP?
Madam Chair, may I be allowed to ask a question?
Depende sa nature, Madam Vice President.
Yes. Magpinsan po ba si Congressman ko ngayon tsaka si Zaldi ko?
Ano po yun?
Mr. Chair, I can answer.
Are they relatives, sir?
Please answer, Congresswoman Rene.
I have no familiar relation po to Zaldico or to Representative Zaldico or any of their relatives po.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Let me just look for.
Please go ahead, ma'am.
Look for the slide, sir. So, Madam
Vice
Chair.
President, please go ahead.
Yes. So, we are talking about international travels, no, as of July 31. So, for two travels in Southeast Asia, for the security, it's 474,646.93 pesos. And for the OVP personnel, these are for two trips, 463,733.6 for a total of 938,379.99. For one trip to Australia, for the security, it's 438,383.26. And for the OVP personnel, it's 206,988 for a total of 645,371. For the Middle East and Europe, 3 trips, the total is for the security is 2,922,869.98. And then for the OVP personnel, that's 1,825,329.47 for a total of 4,748,199.45. For 3 trips in East Asia, the security budget was 1,141,937, and for the OVP personnel, 0. Because they did not join these trips. And the total is 1,141,937. The total for 9 trips for both the security and OVP personnel is 7,473,887.70.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. Congresswoman ko,
Mr. Chair, may we request a detailed copy of the report that the Vice President gave in relation po sa spending po ng security and staff for foreign trips abroad.
We will request the Office of the Vice President to supply the committee with such record. Thank you, Madam.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to ask another follow-up question. Ilan po yung staff and security na dala po ng Office of the Vice President in these trips na funded po, na of this breakdown ng fund na binigay?
Luoy na kayo mong naong, sir, ba? Kanang. Madam Chair, for the security, I understand they recommend, the Armed Forces of the Philippines recommend 3 to 4 security personnel, but the Office of the Vice President only approves 2 security personnel. And for the Office of the Vice President personnel, that's 1 ceremonial and diplomatic affairs employee, 1 for MPRD, that is the media relations and public affairs division, and then 1 for as assistant to the Vice President. So those are the approved personnel who joins the Vice President in her trips.
So, to clarify, Mr. Chair, these personnel in total ay sinagot ng OVP fund of totaling 7.4 million pesos sa ating mga foreign trips.
Madam Chair, not all foreign trips, as I mentioned. Security is always recommended by the Armed Forces of the Philippines, but some trips do not have OVP personnel because there are only 3 trusted OVP personnel who can do the work that I demand from them, and sometimes they are not available.
Okay. Congresswoman Go.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So to confirm, ito pong mga trips na to that was mentioned, are these trips personal in nature that required po yung presence ng personnel and staff?
Mr. Chair, I believe, with all due respect with my colleague in the minority, I believe the question is irrelevant. Because even if the Vice President travels on her personal capacity, we cannot disassociate herself from the office of the Vice President. She's still the Vice President.
Exactly.
The reason for the travel is business, but she could also travel in her personal capacity, but she's still the Vice President. So I believe the question is irrelevant. With all due respect with my colleague.
Mr. Chair,
Thank you.
Just to respond po, this is just a mere question, whether the nature of the trip is personal or business po, or whether it's official. This is a question that I'd like that could be posed, and I hope to post po to the Madam Vice President.
Madam Chair, it depends. If I have activities for the Office of the Vice President abroad, the 3 OVP personnel join the trips. But if the trip is purely personal and I do not have events for the Office of the Vice President, they do not join the trips. So in the graph, in the table that I mentioned earlier, those were the trips that the 3 personnel from the Office of the Vice President joined. But in the case of security personnel, this is something that is beyond the Office of the Vice President. It is decided by the Armed Forces of the Philippines.
Thank you, Madam Vice President.
Okay, thank you.
Go.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Hope satisfies your question.
Okay. My next question is in relation po to a line of questioning and in relation to the unqualified opinion that the COA issued to the Office of the Vice President. But after that, 60 days was provided to the Office of the Vice President to issue corrections po to certain errors made. Upon questioning the COA in its budget hearing, nagbigay po sila ng additional details kung saan may nakita daw po kasing 3.8 million pesos worth of equipment not accounted for in the OVP submission. Ito po ay mga errors found in the 2024 annual audit report. Can the Vice President explain this error po, Mr. Chair?
Madam Chair, the Office of the Vice President from 2022, 2023, and 2024 received unmodified opinions from the Commission on Audit. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank all my colleagues in the Office of the Vice President for being faithful to transparency and accountability in our office. The reason why we have comments from the Office of the Commission on Audit is because of system and improvement in processes. So these are basically documentations that the Commission on Audit require of transactions. And we have already updated our manual of operations in the OVP to reflect comments from the auditors.
Thank you very much, ma'am. And if you can, if possible, if that is not classified, you can give a list to the committee para kami na po magbigay doon sa minority. Thank you very much.
The manual of operations, sir? Okay, sir. Let me just discuss this with the executive committee. Kasi pinaghirapan din namin dito, Sir Gawin. Baka kopyahin lang din ng minority.
It's your prerogative, Madam Vice President.
But in relation to that po, Mr. Chair, we would be interested in the report kung ano po yung 3.8 million pesos that required correction po doon sa COA audit report in 2024. Would that be possible po, Mr. Chair?
Madam Chair, as I said, all questions about all documents inside the Commission on Audit is best to be directed to the auditors or the representatives of COA in the budget hearings. Thank you.
But with all due respect, to follow up that po, the COA specifically sought correction because po may nakita pong 3.8 million pesos that is not accounted for in the submission by the OVP. So the burden of the submission is actually with the following agency. So which is why in the exercise of legislative oversight, we would like to be enlightened kung ano po yung error na po ito. And tama po, para maiwasan in the future, a report po on what it is would be appreciated. So ang question ko po is, would that be possible po, Mr. Chair?
Madam Chair, usually the Commission on Audit, the auditors review documents, and sometimes they do not see the attachments in the correct submissions. Sometimes the attachments that are required are found in other submissions and reports, and these attachments are required by auditors in every report. That is why right now we already have a checklist. If this is the process, if this is the project, there is a checklist on the attachments because auditors review the documents, and the auditors require the attachment of documents, and sometimes these documents are not attached to a specific report. So what we did, Madam Chair, is create a checklist and to improve the system. The personnel from the Office of the Vice President go through the checklist before they submit.
Okay. Anything else, Congresswoman Ko?
Just to clarify, therefore, dahil po naibigay yung explanation na yon, is the Office of the Vice President explaining that this is the explanation for that 3.8 million necessity for correction?
This is the explanation why we have an unmodified opinion. Wala po silang nakitang nawawala. Nawawala po yung papel dahil naka-attach siya sa ibang document. At ang gusto ng COA ay specific yung mga dokumento na ina-attach per submission.
In the interest of time, ako na lang mag-volunteer niyan na congresswoman ko. Hingin ko sa kuha yung detalya ng 3.8 kung gusto mo. I promise to give it to you in the least possible time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that response. My next question would be in relation po, we're asking this question po, Mr. Chair, dahil kung may necessity for correction for this 2024 audit report, and then meron pong other audit reports in the past that have found that there are deficiencies and delays, gusto nating hindi na pong mangyari siya. Can I ask Mr. Chair, what assurance do the people have na sumusunod na ngayon ang Office of the Vice President sa guidelines on disbursement and other proper fiscal procedures, given that there were reports last year that hindi po ito na sunod po according to procurement guidelines po?
Mr. Chair, again, with all due respect with my colleague, the Office of the Vice President on modified
order, please. You're not acknowledged.
Please wait to be acknowledged by the chair. We'll let the
Is that the last question, Madam Vice President?
We'll let the Madam Vice
you have the
President
option
to respond.
Respond or not?
My apologies, Vice Chair Pepito Alvarez. May I request for an orderly conduct of the hearing for the members to please wait to be acknowledged by the chair before you make a statement. Thank you very much. The floor is now with the Vice President to respond to the question of Representative Ko.
Yes, Madam Chair, as I said earlier, I don't know if everyone heard it, every time we receive a comment from an auditor, we update our manual of operations.
In order no missing items would be in the next expenditure program. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Congresswoman Ko, that winds up your questioning.
Thank you for that response, Mr. Chair. This will be my last question po.
Okay.
In relation po doon sa ibang mga items in the budget before, we have taken note that if confidential funds of the Office of the Vice President, according and as revealed to the good governance hearings, was dispersed to the security heads or the VP-SPG. May I ask po, bakit po dispersed siya to the VP-SPG or the security heads, pero ang nakalagay sa Joint Circular Number 2015-1 issued by DBM and COA that it should be dispersed to the Special Disbursing Officer?
Madam Chair, this is the confidential funds is a subject of impeachment proceedings. Is a subject of the articles of impeachment from the House of Representatives, and I would not like to discuss the defense strategy, particularly because the prosecutors will come from the House of Representatives.
Okay, Mr. Chair, my final question.
No,
Ito na
I'm
po
sorry.
yung last one.
I'm sorry.
Hindi na po siya
That's
part
the
of
last question.
Madam
Yes,
Chair,
I'm sorry.
Mr. Chair.
I'm sorry, that's the last question.
Madam Chair, may I be recognized?
Yes, Senior Deputy Minority Leader.
I move that we terminate the budget hearing on the proposed budget.
Second the motion. Second. Budget hearing for the Office of the Vice President is hereby terminated. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much to Her Excellency, the Vice President, Sara Zimmerman Duterte, and to all the members of the Committee on Appropriations for today's hearing. Thank you very much po, Madam Vice President. May I